Was good. Episode 29, Convos in the Attic. Short conversations among friends about the deepest of things, backed up by the deepest of thoughts, all done in the attic. So we're back. With me are my lovely friends. We have here my boy Ced, Dom, Albert, and then we have an extra special guest today, Miss Coco Famatigan. Woohoo!
Hi guys. Hi.
Hi.
Gandang binibini ng kasama natin.
Like what we were saying earlier, nung nakita natin si Cokes, medyo napawow talaga tayo lahat, boys.
Wow, grabe no guys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Yo, before anything else, by the way, because we kind of have a lovely topic for today.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to say thank you to our followers, because we just reached 100. We just reached
100. 100 tayo,
Congrats,
guys.
guys.
Hell yeah. Minsan lang mangyari yun. Minsan lang.
Yo, that's
No paid ads.
There.
All natural.
All
Sama na ba ako sa followers?
Ay, nako. Don't put
Joke lang.
Giveaway tayo ng something.
Oh, wow.
iPhone.
yung iPhone.
Wow.
iPhone 1, the first one.
Yo, something I just noticed now. Na-mention din kanina, pero for SCL.
What do you mean?
The four of us. For SCL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Context before we really do the topic.
Yeah.
So we were able to know Coke because of the fact that we went to the same university. And we ended up being
Blockmate.
roommates. Yeah,
Same course, same block.
So the three of us were lucky enough to be grouped with this lovely lady. And then from there, we were able to build a great friendship.
But we've actually been friends before that, right? Like,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
we were blockmates third year, but I was friends with you guys since second.
10th days.
Yeah.
When the tent still existed.
Yeah, when the tent
in our
is still
university.
existed. Yes, true.
Little
Good times,
context
good
for
times.
viewers. Definitely. So before now let's get on with the topic. I mean,
Kinakabahan.
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
Okay.
I get I get the nerves because in a way, like the topic is not really heavy, but it's real for the most of us because it's very much relevant for us, especially for the professionals. So today we actually decided to have like a dialogue on how to like stay afloat while we work from home. Like that's a situation that most of us are in nowadays because of
How many days has it been? How many days?
Can't count.
idea. Like
Must count.
we're in our 5th month.
Yeah, I think we're in our 5th month because we've
Yeah,
been in
more,
this situation since March.
Yeah.
And we're down. We're down to the last 4 months of the year, guys.
It's gonna be Christmas.
Exactly. And yeah, we just want to take a deep dive on that actually and check in on like each other because for the most part, this work from home situation is actually, something to like really tackle, like, because it's something different, like for us. So let's have a dialogue on that. I mean, maybe we could start off with like having each other's takes on how this working from home situation affected your mental state so far. Like, how has it been for you? Like, are you quite frustrated with it, or do you actually prefer it? So let me pass the ball to my boy Ced first. What do you think, buddy? How you been coping with it?
Yeah, I'm doing good, but I've been with the setup. I've had more time on my hands. So I've been doing a lot of things actually. I've got this with you all. We've got this podcast jump started again.
Yeah.
Then we have another thing, just crew life. Ano naman, like fitness lifestyle and whatnot. And then I have my own personal project, which is the music. So all of these things I'm able to do because I have more time. But in relation to my work, it's actually it's totally different. I'm in advertising, so the hours are very flowy, if you know what I mean.
I hear you.
Sometimes there's work. Sometimes it's a chill day. Sometimes you stay up late. Sometimes hindi ka umaabot ng 6 because you've done the work.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been cool for me with this. I'm cool with this setup.
Oh, that's
although
yeah.
although like things are happening good in my life, but when you look outside, it's not good for our brothers and sisters, you know.
Yeah.
We're struggling. So there are pros and cons with it, but from my perspective, I'm kind of in between because of that.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I get you on that. Now let's move on to our lovely guest, Cokes. Like, just to check in on you, love. Like, how has work from home like affected you so far? Because we do know that you're connected to a company that's pretty relevant nowadays.
Yeah.
Parang ano nga parang hindi ata nag-work from home to eh. Parang walang ano eh. Walang dumi.
Guys, you know, I really don't look like this on a normal day. Like, just to get it out there. Yeah, but thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. But for me, so actually, I think it's okay to mention where I'm working. So I work in Lazada, which is ever since we've started working from home. So this has been same with you guys since March. Well, I think the blessing, I'll go to the good side first of working from home.
Yeah,
so I think the blessing of it, specifically with where I work, is that I think we adjusted pretty well because, for example, doing conference calls, we did a lot of those already with regional before. And so it was not such a big transition. Like, we already had the system and like the software for it. So it wasn't really such a big adjustment because most of the day we were really just on our computer anyways. So it's just, you moved it to home. So so in terms of adjustment in like the work itself, I think it's not such a big difference. But of course, like, the stress has become more. I mean, I think it's a blessing, and it's a two-way thing because, of course, e-commerce, I mean, by the grace of the Lord, it's doing really good. Yeah, it's really doing well. Yeah, I mean, for a time it was really relaxed.
Very therapeutic.
For I think whole of March, no, like half of March, and whole of April, kasi Lazada was closed because of the ECQ and stuff. So for like a whole month, we were pretty chill.
Yeah.
And then when we started to open, sunod-sunod na siya. And it's never stopped. So it's been pretty tiring because it's nonstop. And I think the environment, even prior to working from home in Lazada, has always been fast-paced and it's always been stressful. But I think the difference now is that mentally, since technically you're not going through it with people around you, it can take a toll sometimes because it's different when you're working for a campaign and you see so many of your peers, you know, stressed with you. There's something about it that helps.
I get that.
Like a sense of teamwork. Yeah. And now that you have to do it, I mean, you know that they're also stressed, but you're all, you know, isolated in your homes or in your rooms doing it. That in a way has taken a toll, but it's been more tough at times, especially now since we have non-stop sales and campaigns. So I think that's the tough part.
Yeah.
But again, I reflect the same thing that Cedric mentioned, that when you see people around you and you hear of like the unemployment rate, it really
That's
brings
real.
me back to earth. Like
Jesus.
I become so
Mm.
grateful again that, okay, Lord, I'm sorry. Like I can,
Yeah.
because it's been really tiring, but it's still a blessing to have work. So it's a good problem to have.
I hear you.
Yo, I just want to add to what Coke said about um, you know, e-commerce.
Mhm.
It's so funny. Like I saw this post on Facebook, I think, where tweet would sabi parang it's better raw to buy in like your Lazadas and other e-commerce shops
Mhm.
kasi mas mahal daw ang therapy. So shopping therapy is so much better.
Shit.
It's sulit siya. It's just funny like how it has become like
That's
that.
true.
Yeah, bro.
Mhm.
Like, it's hella relevant nowadays, like online shopping. Passing it to Doms. Like,
Mm.
how about you, bud? Checking in on you. Like, do you actually prefer this type of situation in a way? Like not being in the
Yeah, bro.
office?
I
Yeah.
love. I really
Okay.
work from home because if like we all think back to how it was
Yeah.
last year or even early this year, how the routine was so toxic. Like we
Ooh,
would wake up
real.
after what 6 hours, 7 hours of sleep, and then we would travel, get
Commute.
stuck in traffic
Yeah.
for 1 to 2 hours, and then later in the day travel again for 1 to 2 hours, and then repeat the entire cycle. So
Yeah.
it was very unhealthy and toxic, especially since it was non-stop, like tuloy-tuloy lang. You'd only get a break if you would go on leave. But yun nga, the problem with work from home nowadays, like what I've been seeing, is that some employers tend to abuse it.
Mm,
Like they think na you're at home, so you have all the time to give to the company.
that's real.
But
Mm.
That's real.
going back to what Coco said and what Ced also mentioned, like first of all, we should be grateful that we still have jobs. Like we know that millions of Filipinos
That's real.
are unemployed, but we at least we could say that we're getting paid and we could still live a comfortable life.
Yeah.
So that's where our role in as employees should come in. We should give our full effort and make sure to always be there when needed. So, yun nga, dapat two-way street siya.
Yeah.
Like, employers also understand how it goes, na they can't abuse their power to let employees work overtime and put so much stress. And employees naman should give their full effort always, despite working from home. Diba?
I'm actually
Kasi,
liking this energy. Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
yeah. So that's it. Two-way street talaga.
Yeah.
True.
You know what? I actually like the energy that we're on. Like, yeah, even through this pandemic, like, we are grateful still. We do practice gratitude because of the fact that we do, like, we have we have jobs right now, and that's a real
Yeah.
blessing. So, but the thing is, like, I actually want to take a deep dive on like this specific thing in terms of like because of the fact that we're home, and it's like it's hard to separate things from like
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Totally, man.
resting at home and then when to work. So
Mm-hmm.
I just want to ask y'all, like, whoever's G to like um, take this question. Um, what activities like are you guys doing like to just like separate things, to know your boundaries on when work time is or when it's like yo it's time to like ease up a bit, like the activities that you guys do just to like
Mm.
stay sane. Can y'all share?
I'd like to know what Coco does.
Ako kagad.
Yeah,
Sige.
Okay.
like do you,
Uh,
do you have like personal rituals that you go through just to like stay
mhm.
sane?
Um, well, honestly, the good side of working from home is that I think I've had longer sleep than
Yes.
That's
before.
good, dude. That's
Because
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, because like I reflect what Dom would say is that you need to wake up extra early to be on time, an insane hour to be on time. So, repeat that times how many. It really takes a toll. But I guess, yun nga, the struggle in working from home is separating it from being at home and and working. So to be honest, I think it goes both ways. Like, I'm blessed also to be in a company and to have a boss who doesn't, like, kunwari after 6, as much as possible, she doesn't really bug us.
Oh, that's
And like
nice.
she doesn't she doesn't I super appreciate her. She's such a caring and like understanding boss. And as much as
Hi,
possible,
boss. If you're watching this video, may you please promote this woman?
no. Okay. I honestly don't think it's just my boss. I feel like the culture in Lazada is like that naman. But of course, a lot of us still work beyond 6. But as much as possible, I think they try not to put meetings beyond 6, to put, heavy things beyond 6. So that's something I appreciate from the company's end. Of course, you don't count the days when we like have a major campaign for like 9/9 or 11/11. So that's a whole different story, but that's fine. I guess for me, how I've learned to separate it is to have a day where I'll really just rest. Because in before, I used to be so paranoid about work. Like, I wanted to be on top of everything always, and I feel like if I don't do it, baka it seems like I'm not working. Maybe it seems like, diba, I'm slacking off, and I never want to seem that way. Is my It says my internet is unstable. Is it unstable?
No, you're good.
No, it's cool.
Hello.
I think if you're in the Philippines and you're using Zoom, it will always appear no matter what.
But yeah, Coach. Yeah, I hear you, love. That's real. That's lovely that you take a day, like for real, to just like. Oh, Coach.
She's here. She's
Oh, she's back.
Sorry,
She's back.
guys.
Hi, love.
Yeah, she just
Sorry.
You're good.
switched
You're good.
screens.
Yeah. So
We're good.
yun, I think there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was when I learned that this is gonna be a prolonged situation that I tried my best to balance it, because there are like, you should give your weekends are precious to me, or like at least Sundays. I make sure not to really work, because if you don't rest and you don't rest your head from work, you're not gonna be as productive also. So as much as possible, I really allot time that I really don't look at my company phone. I don't feel pressured to answer, because if I figured, I mean, work will never, parang there will always be something that you need to do. So it's never gonna end. So if you don't, drive that line where you really need some time to rest, then I don't think you'll be as productive, at least for me. So that's
Yeah. Cokes, question lang, Cokes.
Go.
Since you work in Lazada, so you said na weekends it's totally free, but is checking your cart considered work?
If
Or
it's
free
for
time na yan? Free time na yan?
shopping is free time, but it's for me, what related to work is like checking the platform, checking my sellers who I know should be on sale, things that I should know should be on promotion. So those are things that are work for me. But yeah, I try not to do that too much anymore. But yeah, before it was difficult, honestly. Like, especially when I started in Lazada, like every weekend, even Sunday, we have an internal chat kasi in Lazada. So yeah, there were days na pagkagising ko pa lang, that's the first thing I'll look at until I sleep. So that's something I've learned to lessen, because it did not help my mental well-being also. Kasi parang you're always at work, so you need to make an effort to separate it, I think.
Yeah, actually, just to hone in on that, like, that's hella relatable to a lot of us nowadays, because of the fact that we're cooped up inside and we're constantly working. So I just want to like pass it actually to Doms. Like, how about you, bud? Like, How do you check in with your mental when it comes to like separating things with work and being like just inside your home?
What I do is I balance it. Like I admit, and even if my company hears this, I admit I'm not like on my laptop for the entire 8 hours. Like I do other shit.
Mm,
Nag-PPS ako. I watch videos. One time, nag-grocery nga ako eh. Like in the middle of the workday.
gets,
Pero, yeah.
gets.
Pero, what I make sure of is that when they send you a message or when there's an email or if you have a deliverable, you have to deliver it as if you were in the office. Like just make sure, respeto rin sa company because yun nga, they pay you and all of that.
Definitely.
So make sure to deliver when you're required to deliver. But for your mental health and for, just to balance the day, you don't have to be, sitting in front of your laptop working the entire time.
Yeah. You know
I
what?
agree.
I mean, it was lovely when Coke said when her employers like very much like she respects the space for her employees. And I suppose like it's not like everyone can say that, but at the same time, like if you do have that type of like say manager or whatnot, that in itself is one hell of a blessing. Because sometimes in
Mhm.
like some workers it's hard for them to just like separate like when it's time to like stop, especially nowadays. It's just crazy. I feel like said you have like an insight on that, but like especially with your deadlines in the ad world.
Yeah, for sure. Just like what Dom and Coke said, the importance of really splitting your life. That's crucial. I know a lot of people, they work in their bedroom.
Yeah.
Ang hirap nung ganun actually. Parang malapit lang yung kama mo, tapos your laptop set up there. That kind of setup is really difficult. For me personally, I keep it separate. Although my work setup, which is outside my room, has also been my passion project table. So I don't know, like for me kasi like Dom, I don't really like stay on my laptop doing work for 8 hours straight. Um, I read this article. I think it was on LinkedIn
Yeah.
that there was a study that said that it was better to have like mini breaks in between, especially during work from home,
Yes.
because it keeps your productivity high.
Yeah.
If you just stare at your laptop and then you continue to write whatever for work, ganyan, it will really take a toll sa mental mo. So it's better if you can, distract yourself once in a while, take a break, eat something, I don't know, bake or whatever, in order for you to, balance just everything. For me personally though, just like Dom, it's really, I do work for like an hour or so, and then I'll take a mini break.
Yeah.
It's either social media, do my sideline passion projects in between, and then go back at it again. Like what as Dom mentioned, respeto rin naman sa company mo, when they message you, do justice naman. You actually finish your work. Yeah.
Definitely. Like, I was able to like get hella insights from you guys too in terms of like how you guys approach this work from home situation, which is lovely because at the end of the day, it's really hard to maintain that balance. Like, because of the fact you're in the same space where you work and where you actually take your rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's lovely that Ced mentioned on how like actually taking mini breaks is actually healthy for the mental. Like I've also tried to like I've been practicing that too because at the end of the day, like we gotta stay sane with it. We gotta stay sane with because cabin fever is hella real nowadays. Yeah.
Yo, that's true. I thought cabin fever was just like a a weird 18th century term. But kasi wala namang cabin dito sa Pilipinas. Sa Baguio ka lang makakita ng cabin, di ba? Di ba? It's true.
Gusto ko yung
But
literal siya sa'yo, Seth.
Siyempre joke lang. Siyempre joke lang. When I hear cabin kasi, I hear, pumapasok sa akin yung Jack Nicholson movie, The Shining.
Oh,
That's the cabin fever. That's the cabin fever, like the horrors of cabin fever. But in the modern times, cabin fever can mean being unproductive because you're staying in one space for too long.
Yeah.
It's feeling a lot of emotions because you're doing the same thing for a long period of time. So to your point, Bert, Cokes and Dom, totoo nga naman talaga na just have to keep yourself sane, whatever that is. Take breaks, do something else, start a a project, a personal project or something, just to keep you sane.
Wag lang puro work.
Oo, sayang.
Yeah, I mean deliver, of course, but yeah, balance it out.
Tao ka rin.
Exactly. So, so far, I was able to hella learn how you guys subjectively go through things. But just to wrap things up in a way, I want to ask if you guys want to specifically share an insight or a realization you guys had recently, being in this type of situation, an insight that you actually want to share to the people who are listening that could resonate or help them moving forward with this type of vibe, because it's quite heavy in a way. How about you, Cokes? Can I ask you on that one?
Ano ba, Cokes? Ano ba tips mo sa amin?
One insight.
I don't know if I'm the best person to answer this question. For me, wait, let me think. I guess what speechless.
No, I guess
Speechless.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. For those who are working, I just reflect actually what everyone says. Despite the stress and despite the difficulty, because I know it's more difficult now. And personally, I'm a very extroverted person, and I am the type of person who likes seeing people, who likes being around people. That's what makes me feel alive. The energy of people, and I'm all with having personal relationships with everyone. So the fact that in a way has been taken away, so it's been really harder because you don't see everyone. I really miss my office mates, and I'm blessed to have office mates who I actually really love. So one thing, I guess I just always remind myself that at least that I have a job and that I'm grateful for this. It doesn't make it easier when the days are tough, but I guess just remind yourself that it's going to pass. No matter how tough the day is, it's gonna get better. And the silver lining in all of this is that this is not forever. I mean, the situation is not forever, so might as well make the most of it while you're at it, instead of just wasting your time feeling sad that this is your situation. So
lovely.
I like that. Ganda ng sinabi ni Coach. That is good.
Pang binibining Pilipinas yung
That is really good.
How about you, Doms? Thoughts on it?
Well, first, most of what Coke said is true. I agree. And right now, I think it really should be a give and take between the employees and the employer. You have to, both sides should do their role and, look out for one another, because this is a very unnatural, not normal time for all of us. And at the end of the day, those people who have jobs right now, we should be grateful. We should be thankful that we're still getting paid despite everything, and most of all that we're safe. Because the reason why we're all working from home in the first place is so that we can be safe from the virus and everything else that's out. So as long as we're safe, we're with our families, then that's at least one very, good silver lining to working from home despite the stress. Yeah.
Ced, my boy, final thoughts on an insight you'd want to share?
Yeah, just to add to what Cokes and Dom mentioned, one point talaga is to be really thankful that you have a job, that your family's safe, your loved ones are safe, and that you're sustained, because a lot of people out there are actually suffering, and it's sad, sometimes for me personally to it's Facebook threads, the news, it's always the same thing about the sufferings that people are going through. And I think for us it's actually a challenge. How we've got so much time on our hands right now. We're getting paid. We don't even have to commute or to eat out that often, so we have more money. So how do we help? How do we help those who don't have?
Yeah.
Because in a way, when you help, it's also it also has something to do with your give something positive back to you that can help your mental during the state. So that's one thing. How do you help? How do you help? Second one that I would like to really highlight is, sorry, I'm going to be the patron saint of passion projects for future episodes, but I'm really an advocate for it.
Yeah.
It's really discovering what you love in life. May it be as simple as baking cupcakes, or may it be starting an art project. Please, whoever's listening out there, find that itch. What do you want? What do you want to do? What do you want to start in order for you to be more productive?
Yeah.
Because yes, you are hired in a company, but if wala kang mabibigay other than what people already in your company is giving, then wala rin. If you can bring your baking to the table in your industry, or if you can bring something about fitness in Lazada or in advertising, then that's a big plus. That's what will make people want to keep you, right? So if you're listening, just start that now. Our lives are short. Why not start now, right? And the last thing, siguro, from me lang, sorry, hindi ko sinabi.
Go.
Yeah, my last point, siguro, is continue to ask yourself how your mental state is. Always check in. Sometimes kasi we skip asking ourselves, am I okay? Am I happy? Am I sad? We feel loads of emotions, especially we're stuck at home. So it's sometimes every day, siguro, like, check yourself. Are you good? Are you not? If you aren't, then find ways in order for you to positivize yourself, or to suppress any kind of negative emotions there.
Yo,
yeah, that's for me.
Lovely points, my bro. Shit. I mean, just to share my side, Lundgren.
Go. Yeah, bro. What's your ish?
You know what? Just being able to check in with you guys, communicate with my friends, with my loved ones, actually, like, lightens the load during this whole situation for me. Like, that to me is something that I'd actually want to pass around with, like, other people. Like, if you're feeling a bit heavy nowadays, talk to your friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, check in on them. Check in on everyone, even the strong ones. You know what I mean? Like, communicate your feelings. And then from there, I swear, like, once you vent things out in your head, things will eventually get lighter. But yeah, just being able to talk to you guys about this is, like, therapeutic. So
That's true.
Thank you, for real. Like, I think we just capped off episode 29 again. Godly. Another episode.
Cokes, do you want to plug anything?
Oo nga, plug mo. 99.
Anything going on?
In case you guys haven't heard, we're gonna have another sale. so So if you guys haven't kept up with the numbers, so it's just repeating the number of the month. So
Noted.
yeah. So the next one is 99. After that, we're gonna have 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, 12.
Yun.
Yeah, but honestly, it's not the same weight for all. 99 is gonna, because like for example, 99 is a mega campaign. 1010 is not really that big of a campaign, but we'll have a sale for that. The biggest, if you're really out to buy for like gifts or something, the biggest discounts are 11, 11, and 12, 12.
There you go.
In case you guys are
Save sa calendar.
yeah,
Right.
Save to cart na.
buy na rin sa 99.
Well, yo, Cokes, thank you for coming through.
Thanks
you.
guys for inviting me.
Yeah, love. We hella missed you, and of course we'll
We missed you.
we'll do this again with you. I mean, shit. If we could have you on all the time, why not, right? Well, yo, episode 29, boys.
Bukas na bukas.
Episode 29, Convos In The Attic. Thank you guys for listening. Love y'all. Peace.
Bye.